All right. In the last video, we had this function, f of x equals x to the fifth over 20 plus x to the fourth over 4, and we analyzed its second derivative. And we found that the one and only inflection point was at x equals minus 3. In this video, we're going to put all of the pieces together and get a really good graph for this function. We're not just going to need to analyze the second derivative, though. We also want the first derivative. So let's look at that real quickly. F prime is going to factor as 1/4 x cubed times x plus 4. So the only critical points are at x equals minus 4 and at x equals 0. Now I'm going to skip the calculations, but if you do the interval sampling for f prime, you're going to get that f prime is positive, then f prime is negative, and then f prime is positive again on these three intervals. So f is increasing, and then decreasing, and then increasing. Let's begin drawing. We've got these 3 points, minus 4, minus 3, 0, where we know the function is going to be doing interesting things. So let's get those down first. F of minus 4, if you calculate it, is 12.8. So we get a point with those coordinates up here. If you plug minus 3 in, you're going to get 8.1. So that point is also on the graph. And finally, f of 0 equals 0. So the graph is going to go through the origin. There's another point where the graph also hits the x-axis. If we just factor f, then we'll see that x equals minus 5 is the other root. Now that we have these points to guide us, we can start filling in the curve. We'll start on the left. From minus infinity to minus 4, f is increasing and concave down. So it's going to look like this. After that, between minus 4 and minus 3, f prime is changing to negative. So f is going to start decreasing, but it's still concave down. So there's a local max at x equals minus 4, and that's from either the first or the second derivative test. And then the curve is going to bend down like this. At x equals minus 3, we've reached our inflection point. If we move past minus 3, the graph is still decreasing, but the concavity has changed. So we'll stay decreasing and concave up all the way to x equals 0. Now, that's not an inflection point. The graph is still going to be concave up over here, but it is a local min since the graph starts to increase again. And the graph will stay like that, increasing and concave up forever, all the way to plus infinity. So that's our graph. It's kind of like a puzzle, trying to put all of these curve shapes through the points that we calculated and then fitting them together. If you find that you can't fit them together, then you've probably made a calculation mistake somewhere along the way. But in any case, this is pretty much everything we would want in a good graph. Why don't you try one?